AL. Give you a little clap. Not really. I take it back. Reverse clap. The old way of measuring success is done, son. I don't know why all these Pegasi, excuse me, fanboys and Sony themselves are just like, oh, look, 10 million. 10 million. Like, what are you doing? That's not how it works anymore. Sony is in the antiquated way of doing business, and this is why it's dangerous. I'm gonna illustrate to you people, good people out there in the internet, why this right here don't matter no more. This is why. Fastest selling PlayStation, whatever. Xbox Series is the fastest selling Xbox. Who cares? Doesn't matter. Those things don't matter. It says it here, but I'm gonna go straight to the source, straight to PSU.com, which is not the source, but still. With 10 million sold, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, of course, that's the most popular franchise ever in any medium. 6.5 million. Okay, yeah, I can believe that. But it also leads me to believe that 10 million number, not true. Because if it was, they would have sold more than 6.5 million across 2 generations. They have 115 million PlayStation 4s and supposedly 10 million PlayStation 5s, and they only sold 6.5 million? You want to do the math on that? I can't even do the math. It's less than 1%. Okay, let's just say that. Less than 1% they have sold Spider-Mans across all of their platforms that can play the game. People they're like ignoring the fact that, oh yeah, it's a last gen game too. They just, right? Returnal, which was only on PlayStation 5, which sold 10 million units. What's this magical? What is this right? That looks like a really small number. 560,000 units off of 10. Let's bring it back a little bit, because Returnal came out a little bit ago, right? Let's just say it was at 7.8 million, two or whatever, 3 months ago, which is around the time Returnal came out. I guess whatever, doesn't matter. 8 million, it doesn't matter. Under 1 million units sold for Returnal, for the amount of units that Sony claims to have sold. That's a big ass failure. Big failure. Big failure. Right there. Look, I'm no mathematician. I'm no scientist. I'm no theorologist. I don't even know if there's a word. But I know for a fact that back in 2005, Double Fine put out a game. It was called Psychonauts. It sold 250,000 units. It was deemed a failure in 2005. Granted, the Xbox had more units out there, so it made it even worse. But still, this is exclusive first party game. I mean, it wasn't first party when the game came out, but it is now. And it kind of was anyway, because they were just treated as whatever. They were like second 2.5 part, whatever. It's raining. I'm just saying that this is pitiful. Now, let's continue. Let's continue to the smaller, finer print. Why don't we? So, Insomniac's games, we read that already. Returnal shifted 560. That's little baby. Ratchet and Clank, the most beautiful next-gen game ever. The best looking game ever. The most next-gen is game. 1.1 million copies worldwide. That's a failure too. I'm gonna say it. If this is your best game, if the reason why you need to sell consoles is to sell copies of games, y'all are failing at the other part of that equation. Sell consoles to sell games. That's the whole point. Selling consoles is a loss leader. They're not going to make money off of it. They're losing money on each console. They're not selling the games. Their performance is low. And I say again, Spider-Man's performance, even though it's 6.5 million, still low. Because A, it wasn't full priced. B, it wasn't, I'm not going to call it a full game. It was a standalone experience, but it's not a full game. It wasn't a full game. And Sony realizes what Sean Layden had said before, that they can't afford to continue to produce these super duper duper high quality, super giant, long AAA games. They can't afford it. They literally can't afford it. They cost too much to make. They take too much time to make, and they don't return the money on investment because they don't sell that many. Now, God of War, what did it sell? Maybe 10 million or something like that over its lifetime, which was, it's almost 4 going on 4 years. So yeah, okay. With 115 million, okay, 10 million. That's still less than 10%. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? And then meanwhile, you got these other games, Fortnite, Roblox, any other live service game, killing it every day. If you take every day, you add up the players playing it every day, all the money they're making from these games, it is destroying what Sony's doing right now. Sony is like, oh, we're gonna do it the way that we made it happen in Play Default. No, don't do that, because it's not working. It's not working. MLB The Show sold 2 million copies. The engagement was like 4 million, right? So they still sold more than Ratchet and Clank. MLB, I played it for like 2 minutes. I was like, baseball. I turned it off. It was on Game Pass. So Microsoft paid Sony. Well, actually, Microsoft paid MLB to get the game on Game Pass. So they made money from Microsoft. That's fine. They're not going to add that money. Well, I mean, they'll add it into like how much the actual game made, but it doesn't count towards copies sold. But the engagement is what is important. And the engagement of that game per se, that specific game, is twice as many copies they sold. So you should be like, hold up. We should be focusing on people playing it, because then they want to buy a different jersey uniform or something, or cards, or whatever you buy in MLB. I don't know. I don't play it. Who cares? But the other games that will have such ancillary purchases. Ancillary, is that the word? Additional purchases. But they're not. They're like, nah, we're just gonna make third person story driven games where you just buy it and play it and one and done it. Then they'll be like, yeah, we the best. Meanwhile, Xbox is over here, they're like, here's Grounded. It's like, what's this? Is Honey I Shrunk the Kids or something? Like, yep. Oh, it's kind of fun. Yep. There's no microtransactions in that yet. Not saying there will be, but like 13 people made that game. Still making that game. So you get smaller people, you get smaller teams making these not bite-sized games, but manageable games as far as budget that a lot of people will play and continue to play. And the thing about like Grounded, for instance, on Game Pass is that if you're playing Grounded and you're playing it through Game Pass, you're going to keep paying for Game Pass to keep playing Grounded. So they got you on the hook for $15 a month just to play a game that has no microtransactions. Do you understand this now? Am I getting through to you? No, I'm not. I know. Because, horses' ears are weird, so they kind of go all over. They just don't. They don't. Look, the numbers don't make sense. And I can't believe that Sony actually gave this number, this Returnal move, 560,000. I can't believe they put that out there acting like that's a big number. Because that's not that's a little baby number. That's like, oof. That's like, what? That's little baby. Like, why is that number so small? And Ratchet and Clank, though, 1 point, that's it? What? I don't know what's going on. See, this is what makes me believe that the 10 million number is not right. That can't be right. If Ratchet and Clank only sold 1.1 million copies and they got 10 million PlayStations, something's wrong. Somebody's counting something wrong because they nope, it's not right. And I believe I mean, the Miles Morales number is 6.5 million, right? But the Xbox Series consoles has sold 6.5 million as well. Coincidence, right? I know. So we're saying 10 million. PlayStation says 10 million, or whoever says 10 million, and somebody else says 6.5 million. It's not 2 to 1. No, it's what is that? I think it was 1.6 or something to 1 or something like that. I did the math before. I think I did the math on a different number too, so it might be even less than that. But point is, it's selective. Well, for the most part, it's been selective information sharing on Sony's part. But now, all they could have done is says Miles Morales sells 6.5 million, PlayStation sold 10 million, and called it a day. But no, they didn't. They added all this other stuff, Returnal and Ratchet, and that makes it look sad. That makes it look like, oops, that's something that's not. So, I don't know, man. I just want to do it quick and dirty, but this one wasn't too quick and dirty. But I appreciate. Remember, subscribe. You can like it or not. Like it, whatever. Just I need some subs. I'm hungry for subs. But yes, I think we're gonna have to keep an eye on these numbers because I don't know, man. That's a little bitty baby number, man. Returnal. I don't know if they're gonna make a sequel with them numbers. Then they can't. What they cancel? They canceled Days Gone 2 because it didn't meet expectations. Meanwhile, it sold way more than Returnal. Way more. So I'm like, hold up. If they shut down Days Gone 2 and Returnal did this, really? Are they gonna really? Nah. See, know what's gonna happen? I'm gonna tell you what's gonna happen. Housemarque ain't making a Returnal 2. Nope. They're making something different. I guarantee you it'll be a third person, story driven, whatever. Maybe it'll be some shooting in it, probably because they like shooters. They're bullet hell specialists. And that's what Returnal was, but it kind of sucked. Some people liked it, but not enough. 560,000 to 10 million. I can't even do that math. I can do the math. That's 0.05. Is that 0.5%? No. Yes. It's 0.56%. 0.5% of people who have PlayStations, according to Sony's numbers, bought Returnal. That's it.